welcome back to NEC Front Row's coverage of Sacred Heart Women's Basketball as they welcome in the University of Vermont Catamounts. I'm Chuck Scott, alongside me is Julie Kennedy, and we'll again throw it back to our third member of our broadcast team, Chris Rogers. Chris, what'd you see in that first half?
With just a 6-point lead, the Pioneers are going to have to continue to put on pressure throughout the second half, get the ball to their scores, and play smart basketball to finish this game. Back to you.
Thanks, Chris. Great stuff there. And Julie, he's exactly right. They got to keep the pressure up. They tried the press at the end of that first half, but UVM came back, and a big product of that was 4 of 11 from the three-point line for the Catamounts. So do you see more of the same coming out for UVM?
I definitely do. They were just on fire from that three-point line. I mean, 4 from 11 doesn't sound great, but for three-pointers, they're taking those risks, and it's paying off. Otherwise, Sacred Heart, I mean, 2 for 5, they're just really not taking those outside shots, and that's all right because they're really not getting too lucky with them. But UVM is those Catamounts. Who knew cats could shoot?
Well, the Sacred Heart Pioneers, 26 in the paint versus Vermont's 12. So really doing a great job on the interior of this tall UVM team. And also, we talked about those turnovers. 9 turnovers, only 12 points off of those turnovers. Got to be a lot more efficient when you turn them over there, Julia.
You definitely do. And efficiency needs to translate onto rebounds as well. Sacred Heart Pioneers are not translating with that on their own offensive rebounds, but at least they're getting their defensive rebounds and beating out the UVM Catamounts on those.
Yeah, they're tied 15 apiece, and usually Sacred Heart University has a plus 2.8 rebounding margin. So right even with them are the Catamounts. You usually have a -6 rebounding margin. So the Catamounts doing a great job on the inside. But how can we not say anything about Hannah Kimmel before the start of the second half there, Julia?
I mean, you can't not. That is a double negative, but Hannah Kimmel's a double positive at this point. Like, she's already in the doubles for points. 17 points already. It's not even the second half. She's in beast mode, and you can't stop her.
17 points. She's done it a lot of different ways. 7-9 from the field. Has hit 2 3-pointers. That's all she's taken as well. She'll take out the ball right in front of us. Sacred Heart will start out. She'll inbound it to Adacia Williams. We're underway in the second half on NEC Front Row here at the Coach Bike Court at the William H. Pitt Center. Shepard on the outside wing, gets it inside to Kimmel. Kimmel trying to go immediately inside, gets back out to Hickey. Hickey swings it to Shepard, and Shepard hits the three-pointer to push it to a 9-point lead to start this second half. Kylie Atwood setting up for the Catamounts. Catamounts looking to answer back. Got to keep the pressure on. Smith going to take her own three-pointer, and she'll hit her own three-pointer as Cloutier falls to the floor. But Sydney Smith coming right back. Adacia Williams getting sized up. She'll dish off to Kimmel. Kimmel swings to Hickey. Over to Shepard on the far wing. Back up top. Right back to Shepard. Shepard thought about it for a second. Etienne into Kimmel. And Kimmel on a great pass from Etienne. Puts it up and in for her 19th point already of the game. 1 minute into the second half.
I think we're definitely going to see a career high for Hannah Kimmel tonight, or at least I hope so.
It's definitely within range as Taylor takes a shot off the front iron. And Cloutier will pick up a foul, trying to pick up the ball off of Hannah Kimmel's back. If I'm not mistaken, Hannah Kimmel wearing the ponytail a bit higher in the second half.
Well, she got a nice power bun going on now.
Yes, absolutely. Now she will use the power of the bun. Adacia Williams will bring it up, and she'll be guarded by Katie Lavelle. Swings it. Castro now looking to drive. She'll stop, gets it off to Shepard. Shepard on the inside to Etienne. Etienne puts one up, and she'll rim it in, and it's a 10-point lead for the Sacred Heart Pioneers. Minute and a half into this second half. Atwood to Taylor at the top of the key. Back to Atwood. Gets a screen from Cloutier, looking for a pick and roll. She'll get it to Smith. Smith with Castro on her. Inside to Taylor. Taylor to Cloutier, who puts it up and makes it in, even with the contact from Etienne. So, the UVM Catamounts still answering back whenever they can. But Sacred Heart really putting the pressure on the offensive end as Kimmel puts one up, air balls, and not a good shot. We'll count that as a pass, though, to Etienne, who can't finish off the back rim.
They are starting to get those offensive rebounds, though, which is really where they need to turn that over.
Cloutier on the drive. She'll lose the ball. Etienne will get credit for a steal there, I would think. And now driving the other way is Williams. Williams has Castro in the corner. She'll get covered. She'll take it to the lane. She'll pick up the foul and go to the line to shoot two. And that's our first foul here in this second half on NEC front row. Daisha Williams, an 83.3% free throw shooter. She didn't have one in the first half. Will make it. Prove again that really good free throw percentage, and especially at the D1 women's, it's a very good percentage there, Julia.
Oh, definitely, and that is never a negative thing to have a great percentage in free throws, because when your team needs you, you can step to the line and make it happen.
Well, there's a reason why they call them free throws. No one in front of you, and she'll hit 2 of 2, and she will take the charity. Riley Atwood will set it up again for the Catamounts. Daisha Williams on her. Swings it to Smith. Quickly, Castro out there. Smith has some good range. Back out. Williams gets her hand on it. Atwood will recover in the backcourt, though. Coming up on 10 seconds left on the shot clock. UVM's got to move quickly. Gets a screen, and she'll drive. Gets it knocked out of her hands. Shepard's the one who ends up with it. It's double team now in the backcourt. Goes to the floor, and she'll get it to Williams. Great effort there by Shepard. Williams up to Kimmel. Kimmel trying to drive. She'll dish it back out to Williams. Williams looking for ATN on the inside. She'll get some room. It'll be a foul on the floor, though, as a little too overzealous going for the steal. It was Kayla Burchell on the inside.
You know, Shep getting aggressive on the ground down there. She kind of reminds me of like a jack-in-a-box. You know, it looks so nice, and it's just like, boom, it's there. You know what I mean? Yeah,
when she has that face when she's pushing the ball down the floor of just puffing and puffing. Castro puts up a 3 off the front rim. Not necessarily the best shot you'd want there if you're Minetti. And now Butler trying to bring it the other way. Butler dishes out, and there's Burchell with it, and she'll miss off the front rim. Has not shot well from 3-point range so far in this game. She was 1 for 4 in the first half. And she's 1 for 5 in the game. So we'll see if she gets any more green lights from beyond the arc. Cloutier will sit. Gracia Hudson, who saw some good minutes in that first half, will come back in. So she seems to be climbing up the depth chart for the Catamounts. Daisha Williams to Kimmel. Kimmel didn't necessarily expect that pass being so close. She'll have to pick up her dribble, and they're going to say she moved her pivot foot. She doesn't agree with the call, so we'll get the travel call. A 10-point game, but right now we're in a little bit of a lull, so the Catamounts need to pull off the momentum take here, Julia.
They definitely do, and Sacred Heart, Hannah Kimmel can't let that frustration get to her.
On the near side, Butler tries to drive on Williams, pushes off on Williams. Williams went down. Smith trying to drive. She'll pull up for the jumper off the front rim. Hudson trying to get the ball. It'll go off of her and out of bounds. Williams kind of limping down the floor. A little bit ginger on that knee. It looked like she kind of got caught in between trying to catch herself going down. We'll have to keep an eye on if that affects her throughout the rest of this second half. About at the 16-minute mark. Still a 10-point lead for the Pioneers. Shepard gets it to her. Williams trying to drive on Smith. She'll put one up off the front rim. Gets her own rebound, though. Puts it up again. Good defense there by Sydney Smith. Keeping her out. Shumpert bringing it down the court. Kimmel tries for the steal. Shumpert will pull up off the front rim. Rebounded, though, by Hudson. Right back out to Shumpert. Shumpert all the way across. Burchell thinks the better of it. Smith now with the long range off the back iron. And we'll get a jump ball here. Possession arrow going the Catamounts' way. As Shepard was the first one to it, but Butler tied her up. And we'll get a timeout on the floor. 48-38 in favor of the Sacred Heart Pioneers on NEC front row. We'll be right back after.
The Sacred Heart University Pioneers are proud to wear Adidas, the official athletic equipment and apparel supplier of the Pioneers. No matter the sport or field of play, grass, ice, hardwood, or diamond, the Pioneers look and play like champions wearing the 3 stripes of Adidas athletic and performance wear. Want to dress and perform just like the Pioneers? Stop by the Sacred Heart University bookstore in the new Linda McMahon Student Commons, or visit us online at sacredheartpioneers.com and click on Merchandise to buy your officially licensed Sacred Heart athletic Adidas gear and apparel. Adidas and the Sacred Heart Pioneers, a championship team.
And we're back. Sydney Smith really keeping the Catamounts here at the William H. Pitt Center. It's a 10-point lead for Sacred Heart, but with 14 points in the range, Sydney Smith has kept the Catamounts in it. Lori Gear McBride, or excuse me, Jessica Minetti in the huddle talking to her Pioneers. And you know, what if you're a fly in that huddle, Julia? What do you think you're hearing?
You know, I think they got to get more of that possession. You know, a lot of times with sports, it's all about who has more possession, who's capitalizing on that. If I didn't know the score right now, I think it was a dead even game because both teams are playing pretty evenly at this point. But you got up by 10 points, Sacred Heart Pioneers. They just got to continue off of this. Maybe get Castro back in the game, light a little bit of fire under them, and get some fast breaks going on, get some more quick shots up, and capitalizing on that.
Well, talking about their bench, Julia, Tarsi starting this second half on the bench. He had 2 fouls there in that first half. Didn't play most of it. It was real early. But ATN getting the call. Do you think it's a product of how well ATN's played or the foul trouble that Tarsi's in?
It's a difficult one to tell, but Tarsi hopefully get back in that game. She's a real game changer for them.
Shumper trying to drive on the far side, gets double team. Williams almost comes up with the steal off of Hudson. Now Shumper trying to drive, she'll go up. ATN there with the contact, kept her feet planted though, no call. Shepard now trying to push, has Castro in the corner, she'll hit her. Castro thought about it, she'll put up a pump fake. She'll take the shot, oh, just in and out, didn't pay the membership fees. Shumper now coming the other way for the Catamounts, trying to go back and forth. She'll set up though, up to Burchell. Burchell trying to go for Smith and getting a hand in there was Castro. And we'll get a foul on the inside. And we'll get a hold on the foul call. Tarsi's going to come back in. That was on ATN, so it'll be ATN's third, but that's why you keep Tarsi on the bench. Now, ATN a little bit of foul trouble to bring Tarsi in. She's only got 2 and, you know, had a career high in the last game.
Give and take, that's what it's all about. Coming in when your teammates need you, and Tarsi could be what the Pioneers need right now. She did have that career high scoring game last week against Maine.
Seeing her first action is Jordan Eisler for the Catamounts. Off the back iron, now Castro gets up to Shepard, and Shepard again trying to push, weaving in and out, gets it to Castro. Castro thought about it for a second. Shepard will reset. Kimmel up top, been quiet so far in the first part of this second half. Tarsi with it at the top of the key. Back to Castro. Castro with a good crossover, brings it in, just can't finish. And the Pioneers a little bit snake bitten right now. They're getting the looks on the offensive end, but just not falling for them right now.
You can see the difference in the defenses. Sacred Heart's very man-to-man. They want to get in your face, but we saw a fairly decent zone from the Catamounts down here, but it does leave the middle open. That's where Castro really excels.
And Eisler in the game for UVM averages over 18 minutes a game, but seeing her first action so far in the second half, and there's a putback for UVM. Katie Laval from Hicksville, New York, puts it in and cuts it to a single-digit deficit. Tarsi looking for Shepard. Tarsi now going to drive herself. Dishes out to Kimmel. Kimmel on the inside, but we'll get a push. As that was Taylor pushing off on Tarsi. Kimmel throwing the floater on the inside. Now Shepard calling for a huddle to do a little quarterbacking right now, as Hickey will check back into the game for Castro. So Castro will take a seat real quick. As we see here, the Laval bucket on the other end that's given UVM the momentum so far in the second half. Hickey up top will hand off to Daisha Williams. Daisha Williams driving. Will stop, gets it out to Kimmel. Kimmel takes a 3 and hits it, and it's exactly what you need from your best player in this situation. As Hannah Kimmel bringing the Sacred Heart Pioneers back to an 11-point lead, Julia.
She has not missed any of her 3-pointers. She's that good.
4 for 4 so far in the game. Now Butler will get it on the far wing. She'll drive, put one up, and we're going to get a charge. Great job there by Hickey, planting her feet and getting to the spot early, and Butler picks up the foul. As you see Kimmel just bringing the Sacred Heart Pioneers not back, but just pushing them further ahead. The kind of cutthroat mentality that you want to see out of your best player. Tarsi has it knocked out of her hand for a second. Hickey on the far side wing. Looking for someone on inside. Taylor doing a good job on Tarsi. Tarsi looks a bit frustrated. Williams looking to drive. Nothing there. 10 seconds left in the shot clock. Got to move quickly. Tarsi comes up for a screen. Good crossover by Williams. Puts it up and can't quite get there. Taylor with a powerful grab for the rebound. Eisler now trying to push it. She'll put up a floater and hit it. An awkward shot, but it works well. 9-point lead again for Sacred Heart. Hickey drives, puts one up. She'll get contact. She'll go to the line. That'll be on Kayla Burchell.
Pace of the game has noticeably picked up in the past 30 seconds. Both teams getting a little bit quicker on their feet, quicker passes, trying to make more happen.
Hickey will go to the line. Only a 20% free throw shooter, but she hasn't had much time at the line. As you see the foul to Hickey that has sent her to the line. It's a 10-point lead now for Sacred Heart after that first made free throw. And there's the second one, so Hickey hits 2 of 2, pushes it back to an 11-point lead for the Pioneers. Eisler, who sat the entire first half and is now running this bench for the Catamounts. We'll get it back from Taylor at the top of the key. Shepherd on Eisler. Eisler goes. She'll take the 3. We're going to get a call before the shot, though. Referees will talk about it in mid-court. Looks like Eisler's got a lot of confidence shooting from deep there, Julia.
Definitely is. But they're making those, so why stop? Don't fix what ain't broken.
Eisler has the confidence, but she's 1 for 16 from three-point range on the year. She would have made that one, but it didn't count. You kind of think she wants that one, had just a 6% three-point shooter.
Sometimes the refs will get you like that, but you got to play their game.
You can't buy a three-pointer then. I mean, that was a perfect shot, too. A little bit of confusion, so we'll keep talking as down on the floor, Katie Laval will take it, the freshman, 5'9", guard. And it looks like everyone's in agreement. No, not quite. And we're going to take a timeout here on the floor as the teams go back to the bench. It's a 53-45 lead for the Sacred Heart Pioneers. And now the players are coming back out, so no one knows what's going on out here. It's chaos, Julia. Chaos.
It's just madness.
We're finally ready to go. Laval on the baseline gets it to Eisler. Eisler trying to drive baseline. Will put up a floater off the top of the backboard. Not a good shot at all. As Williams will get it in the backcourt. Williams has a little trouble. She'll get it to Shepherd. Shepherd will bring it over the midway point. Tries to drive. She'll hand back over to Williams. Williams again missing, or excuse me, into the game now. Hannah Kimmel over to Tarsi, and we're going to get a timeout from Jessica Minetti. She did not like what she was seeing out there on the court. Not a good possession for the Sacred Heart Pioneers, but we'll be right back on the NEC front row with Sacred Heart against UVM after a word from our sponsors.
Get your front row seats for all the action of NEC football, basketball, and women's volleyball all season long. It's the all-new NEC front row, the PAC Network's revolutionized way to follow and interact with your favorite teams. With enhanced video capabilities and graphics, fans can watch every game live or on demand, as well as highlight packages, features, and other original content absolutely free. Catch the action of Pioneer conference games, as well as every other contest in the NEC through the state-of-the-art game viewer that is sure to enhance the way you follow the action. Watch up to 6 live events simultaneously and get interactive with the game you watch. In-game chat, Twitter feeds, Facebook posts, and Instagram photo sharing give you, the fan, a rich in-game social media experience and get you in on the action you follow. Out and about, take front row with you and watch for free on your mobile device and never miss a single play. Now, no matter where you go, you're in the front row.
And we're back on NEC Front Row's presentation of Sacred Heart Women's Basketball as they take on the University of Vermont Catamounts. I'm Chuck Scott alongside Julia Kennedy. It's a 53-45 lead for the Sacred Heart Pioneers. 41 on the clock, and Julia still, UVM's hanging around and just won't quite go away. They're being that pesky little team that you get up by a double digit, then they bring it back to single digits, and up to double, back to single. What's going on out there?
I mean, it's definitely annoying if you're a Pioneer right now. You're not going to want that because it means that up until the very last minute, they could take that game away from you. So Pioneers are going to have to stay clear-headed, and very level-headed as well. They can't let this get to them. If they do, they'll get frazzled and they'll start throwing the ball away.
One of the storylines, Hannah Kimmel, 22 points, looking to maybe match her or beat her career high of 28 she's gotten recently. Williams will take a shot, no good, and so Sacred Heart University not shooting great here in this second half. Eisler thrown to the inside. That's going to be off of Tarsi, who's guarding Taylor. And we're going to get a timeout on the floor. 11:27 left, 53-45 lead here again for the Sacred Heart University Pioneers. And Julius, we're talking before, Hannah Kimmel's been awesome, but she's really got to pick up the pace. Do you think she needs to call for the ball a little bit more here in this second half to really force things and get her going again?
Well, I think one of the best parts about Hannah Kimmel as a player is that she's not a me player. You know, she is definitely one of the top scorers and easily one of the best on the team, but she's not all about making herself look good. She wants to make sure she's getting those assists in and she's helping out her other players, making some more plays. So it's one of the best parts about her is she's a team player. Sometimes the best players on the teams are not team players.
Well, we're seeing a little bit Tarsi and ATN going back and forth. SHU really dominated on the inside in that first half. They haven't really gone back to that here in the second half. Why do you think that is?
You know, I'm not sure. I was actually wondering about that. They definitely have not been as aggressive going into the middle. They're almost like just taking it a little easy, taking those further shots out. But maybe they just need to throw Castro back in and get her to make some of those daring drives and get some stuff flowing.
Got to get some energy going on the opposite end. UVM, Smith keeping you into it with her three-pointers. You know, lifted by the three, died by the three. See any more of that? They've had some success hitting mid-range jumpers in some of the floaters. Jordan Eisler coming off the bench from Louisville, Colorado, has been a spark for them coming off that bench.
Oh, definitely. They kind of needed her to come in. She's closed the lead to, well, it's 8 now, which isn't necessarily their smallest deficit, but they're definitely climbing back up. Let's see if they break that 8-point deficit.
Eisler with it on the baseline. She'll get it to Smith, who hits it right off the bat. So it's a 6-point lead here for the Pioneers, and now UVM coming out with press defense. Shepard with Smith on her. Shepard looking to make a move out to Williams. Williams will come to the top. Kimmel with the drive. She'll spin, put one up, blocked. But Katie Lavelle will get called for the foul and will send Hannah Kimmel to the line, who was perfect from the line so far in this game. And when I say perfect, I mean she's 1 for 1.
Hey,
still perfect.
Perfect is perfect.
Hannah Kimmel hits it, so she's 2 for 2 now, 23 points. Hannah Kimmel on the year has been a great free throw shooter, 93.3%. Outrageous at any level.
It's just unheard of.
Oh, and as I say that, she misses on cue. I'm sorry, Hannah. I'm sorry to Hannah Kimball's parents.
You cursed her.
I'm sure. Jordan Eisler will bring it up court. Maybe thinking about the three. She'll hand off to Smith. Smith looking for Cloutier underneath. Cloutier, good defense there by ATN. Not a good look at the basket for Emily Cloutier. Shepard now trying to push, going coast to coast, dribbles it off her own foot, picks it back up. Gets it out to Williams. Williams right back to Shepard on the far side wing, puts up a three. May have been tipped by Butler, who was on the exterior defense. Eisler looking for a moving screen. Gets it underneath to Lavelle. Lavelle goes to the basket, off the front, gets her own rebound. Again, off the front, tipped out. The last person that was off is Lavelle. Lavelle, they got a shot to the lip there. Trying to go up, but you got to be tough going on the interior. Did not go up strong with the basketball.
Did not.
Haynes will come back in. Kimmel getting her first rest of second half. I think we'll see her back in real soon for the redshirt sophomore. Shepard up to Williams. Williams out the drive, out to Hickey. Hickey thought about the three for a second. Shelby did a good job closing out. Williams running the offense, looking for Shepard to hand it off. Shepard with Butler on her, gets the cross, throws one up, blocked. ATN with the rebound, she'll put it up, and we'll get a foul call. We'll see if that was on the shot. Shepard was the one who went to the ground.
She really sees those plays that need to be made, though. You know, see their zone defense or leaving that middle open. And Katie just takes it. She takes what she can get, and she creates those opportunities.
And we saw the foul there on Taylor Britton from Ulysses, Kansas. Etienne with the second free throw. And that one rims out. Etienne not having a good day from the charity stripe. 54-47 lead for the Pioneers over the midway point of this second half. Eisler underneath. Right back to Eisler. Up top to Lavelle. Lavelle drives, puts one up off the glass, no good. Unable to handle the rebound was Britton, 6-foot junior. So Haynes will give in to Shepard. Shepard gives way to Williams. Williams looking for Shepard, has to get it back to Haynes. Williams back to Haynes, trying to break this press, and Smith with a good interception on the far side. Etienne, though, hustling back. A little lazy passing there from the Catamounts. Hickey driving, gets contact from Smith. And she goes hard into the basket, and she'll go to the line to shoot too. So Sacred Heart kind of slowing down the pace, drawing a lot of fouls going on to the inside.
Sacred Heart, this team too, is a second half team, and most importantly, a last few minutes team. They're really people who can capitalize on all the opportunities they need. They had their game that they just lost, only lost in the last few seconds.
Shelby Heckey 3 for 3 now on the game from the line. Definitely improving that 20% free throw percentage coming into this game. Here's the second of 2. And she hits that one as well. So it's a 9-point lead now for Sacred Heart. 9:25 on the clock. Eisler brings it down court. She'll cross the SHU logo. Shepard on her. She'll get a couple of screens from Taylor and Smith. Smith comes around, but Eisler puts one up off the mark. Williams with a good rebound. Now she's trying to look to push. Up to Haynes. Haynes looking for Etienne. Williams thought about the shot inside to Etienne. Etienne puts one up off the front rim and in. Etienne reestablishing her dominance with her 10th point of the game. Jordan Eisler sizing up Shepard. She'll take a 3 and just rims out. 1 for 17 now on the year. Taylor, though, got the rebound. She'll draw the foul. We'll see who it's on, and maybe Etienne's 4th foul. No, they're going to call that on Shepard. So Shepard will pick up her first. A little bit of a break there for the Sacred Heart Pioneers if that wasn't on Etienne.
It was definitely a break there, especially with Shepard. She has none. And, you know, I think she just makes herself appear when things are necessary, and she makes the things happen when you need to. That sounds really vague, but they need points, she gets those points. They need assists, she's going to find the players to feed it to.
Nikki Taylor, 68% free throw shooter, makes 2. Goes back to a 9-point lead for Sacred Heart. Hickey on the far side wing gets it into Etienne, all the way back out to Shepard. 19 seconds left in the shot clock. Williams driving, she'll pull up and misses. She knew immediately that she missed. Tried to get her own rebound. Taylor corrals it. Up to Atwood. Kylie Atwood will give way to Taylor. Taylor at the top. Over to Butler. Butler to Smith. Atwood with Williams on her. Thought about the drive. Eisler setting something up. And the inside to Taylor. Back out to Atwood with a quick 3. In and out. Unable to handle it with Shepard on the baseline. So we'll go out in Sacred Heart and we'll give the Catamounts a new shot clock as Castro comes in and will give Williams a rest. Kimmel stays on the bench for the Pioneers. Got to think after the next media timeout, she'll be back in for the rest of the stretch. Atwood to Eisler. Eisler on the inside to Taylor. Taylor trying to establish her own dominance. She gets around on the baseline of Etienne and puts it in. Shepard initiating the offense. Up to Castro. Castro looking for a long pass on the inside. Eisler on her. Shepard getting guarded tightly by Butler. Trying to run around and get a screen somewhere. Into Haynes. Back out to Hickey. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Haynes looking for a shot. Will drive. Has Atwood on her. Puts it up. And Atwood's going to get the foul now as Haynes is putting up a powerful inside shot. So Haynes will go to the line as Sacred Heart Pioneers are up 58-51. And you see Haynes with the shot clock winding down, just putting up the shot but drawing the foul. So it's how Sacred Heart has really stayed ahead here in this second half. 58-51 on the other side. We'll come back on the NEC front row after a word from our sponsors.
The Sacred Heart University Pioneers are Fairfield County's NCAA Division I team for safe, affordable, and exciting family fun. With 31 sports, there's always a Pioneer game to see, be it football, basketball, hockey, lacrosse, or any of our other sports all year long. Get in the game and feel the excitement of college sports with the Sacred Heart Pioneers. Visit us online at sacredheartpioneers.com or call 203-396-TIXX. The Sacred Heart University Pioneers, your Division I team for family fun in Fairfield County.
And we're back on NEC Front Row and their presentation of the Sacred Heart Women's Basketball taking on UVM Catamounts. I'm Chuck Scott, Julia Kennedy. Julia, well, Sacred Heart's going back onto the inside. They're getting a lot of foul calls, and they're going to the line a lot, and that's how they're kind of sustaining this lead. But UVM on the other side hitting a lot of shots and sticking around.
Well, it looked like Sacred Heart was losing a bit of that steam from their outside shots, so switched up their perspective a little bit. Now they're going a lot more for those aggressive drives, getting those fouls, and then finishing those free throws, which, like we talked about, like anyone who follows basketball knows, free throws can make or break your win.
Lori Gear-McBride on the far end in her huddle. She's a UNC grad, played at UNC in the 90s, so she knows what it takes to win. You know, what's her message to her team? Being this close to Sacred Heart and getting that first win this year.
Oh yeah, they're going to be looking aggressively for it, especially with a lead as short as this, 7 points, and there's still 7.5 minutes left. Anything could happen.
Haynes at the line for the Pioneers. She'll make the first one. Catherine Hines, a freshman from Ridgefield Park, New Jersey, a 57.1% free throw shooter. Misses the second one, but an offensive rebound there by Hickey. It's something you mentioned, Julia, offensive rebounds for these Pioneers.
They've been stepping that up a ton in this half as well, and that's definitely, I think, been translating to more of those layup shots as well.
Castro thinks the better of it on the pass. 18 on the outside, wants it to go into Haynes. No one can get in there, though. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Coach Minetti calling things out. There's some debris on the floor. Shot from Shepard way out. No good. Rebound by Taylor and Butler. Kind of a tag team duo on that rebound. Eisler brings it down court. She'll reset. Hickey on her. Eisler looking for someone going to the floor with Haynes. And Taylor's going to get called for an illegal pick as Haynes had gone to the floor hard. So not a good possession there for the UVM Catamounts as they're really looking to get back and hopefully tie up this game at some point. They haven't been tied since it was 0-0 to start this game. And Hannah Kimmel, not a good sign for the Catamounts, is back into this game.
She has 23 points, and we still have 6 minutes, 48 seconds left on the clock. I'm going to be a little selfish and say I want to see her get another career high. I want to feel that excitement that she would feel after breaking her own record again.
Williams tries to drive, kicks it to Kimmel. Kimmel now on the drive. She'll put it up. That's a good start as she's at 25 with that layup. 6:30 to go here in this second half and pushes it back to a 10-point lead for the Pioneers as Kimmel really coming on in her redshirt sophomore season after 2 knee injuries sidelined her for 2 years. Taylor with the jump shot from the charity stripe. She'll hit that one, cutting into an 8-point deficit for the Catamounts. Dacia Williams brings it up calmly, surveying. Shepard getting a break with Castro and Williams running the guard positions. Williams looking for Kimmel again. Kimmel gets it, has ATN on the inside. She'll get it there. ATN with a good move, puts one up, can't get it there. May have been partially blocked there by Taylor. Eisler now trying to push things. As we've seen a lot of minutes here in this second half, but we see Atwood go to the table and will be coming in at some point at the next whistle. Smith loses it. And if you can read lips, you know Hannah Kimmel is not happy with that call.
I did not touch that.
And as you see here, Hannah Kimmel on the layup to give her 25 points in the game. But she's also got now 4 fouls. She's got to be really careful from here on out. Butler with Castro guarding her, gives it to Atwood. Atwood with Hickey on her. On the far side, Sydney Smith puts up a 3-pointer, can't hit it. Butler with the rebound, she'll put it all the way over. Etienne with the rebound and make sure she keeps it. And now Williams looking to push things. Gets it to Kimmel. Kimmel thought about driving. Lavelle playing off her. Castro now looking to drive. Good crossover, brings it inside, puts it up and in. Castro with a good drive, pushing it back to a 10-point lead for the Pioneers, coming up on the 5-minute mark here in the second half. Pioneers keeping that buffer there, Julia.
They're successfully keeping not too big, but a comfortable buffer so far.
And Cindy Smith's going to get an and one opportunity as Etienne was there for the foul. Got there a bit late, and Smith was able to skirt around her. As you see Castro again, the punitive guard, getting inside and getting dirty down there.
She is such a fun player to watch because she comes in and she's going to make stuff happen.
She's had some crossovers that were pretty legit so far today. As Hannah Kimmel will sit with 4 fouls. Tarsi will come in for Etienne. So Haynes will stay in, Tarsi up front, Hickey, Williams, and Castro at the guard positions, and Smith can't complete the 3-point play, and so Williams trying to push it yet again. As Butler on her, she'll have to stop, dishes out to Haynes. Haynes on the inside, Tarsi puts one up and in. And Tarsi hasn't seen a whole lot of playing time, but you gotta think, wants to really make her mark in the late stages here of this second half. Atwood hands off to Butler. Butler driving, puts one up. We'll get a foul. We'll see who it's on. It's either on Tarsi or Castro. It's going to be on Castro. So Butler will go to the line. Kylie Butler, sophomore 5'8" guard, shooting 68% from the free throw line. Misses her first one though, so maybe hearing the voices behind her, that was her first miss. She's 4 or 5 so far from the charity stripe.
That's where I think Vermont has struggled just a little bit. Sacred Heart's definitely on their game when it comes to making those free throws.
It makes them now 10 of 15 from the free throw stripe. On the Catamount side, Williams setting up the offense. Haynes will go in motion on the far side. Hickey will get it. Gets a screen from Tarsi. Out to Haynes. Haynes in uncharted territory. And Cloutier gonna get the foul. Trying to draw the offensive foul. And that'll put Sacred Heart at the line in the double bonus. So an automatic 2 shots for Haynes. Catherine Haynes, 57.1%. This is the first one, so you gotta think she'll make the second one here.
You gotta.
As you see the foul there, Cloutier was the one who went to the floor but was trying to make a move. Catherine Haynes coming across the top. And again, percentages always work out. She makes the second one. So a 10-point lead yet again coming up on the 4-minute mark. Eisler letting the offense work. Hands off to Butler. Butler turning the corner, gets on the inside, throws it up wildly, but they're going to say it's on the floor. She'll go to the line anyways, but it'll be a 1-on-1 instead of 2. That's going to be on Hickey. Shelby Hickey, sophomore, averaging 8.2 points per game, so not a bad stick there for Shelby Hickey.
Not bad at all.
Butler makes the first one, so she'll earn a second one, cutting it to a 9-point lead for Sacred Heart. As you see her drive, sending her to the line. And makes the second one just off the front of the rim and in. So an 8-point lead for Sacred Heart as they bring it up here in the late stages of this second half. Williams loses it for a second, gets a good crossover, driving now. Hands off to Tarsi. Tarsi with a good move, but can't finish. They lost a little bit of momentum going up there off that move. 8-point lead, or 8-point deficit for the Catamounts coming down the floor. Kylie Atwood sizing up Hickey. Looking for Butler to get a move. Gets a screen from Cloutier. She'll take the 3. Oh, just off the front rim. Williams with it. And now Sacred Heart looking to push, but they'll calm things down as UVM does a good job getting back. Hands off to Haynes. Haynes driving, and Cloutier again getting her hand in there, so she'll give 2 shots to Catherine Haynes, but not necessarily the worst person to send to the line if you're UVM. And at the 3:23 mark, it's a 66-58 lead for the Sacred Heart Pioneers on the NEC front row. And we'll be right back on the other end after a word from our sponsors.
I cannot speak more highly of this institution. everything I expected it to be and more.
Go!
At Sacred Heart, we challenge the mind, the spirit, and the soul.
You will be encouraged to think, to grow,
and be good, ethical, solid citizens of the world.
Education isn't just about training, it's about transformation.
Defining your passion for what you really want to do in life and what you really love.
You're going to be a part of a culture in which intellectual curiosity is cool.
I can grow and become the person that I aspire to be.
We have state-of-the-art laboratories, classrooms.
We're doing things that matter.
Our graduates can change the world.
It's an exciting time to be part of Sacred Heart University.
The energy here is contagious.
The energy here is contagious. You should come here because we're one great big family.
That makes you never want to leave and always want to come back.
That's Sacred Heart in its prime time. It's awesome.
And the next chapter is even more exciting.
And welcome back to NEC Front Row broadcast of Sacred Heart Women's Basketball as they take on the University of Vermont Catamounts. It's a 66-58 game in favor of the Pioneers. And Lucier with another foul call. Haynes will go to the line to come out. The huddles here, but Julia, UVM's hanging around here, and Sacred Heart cannot put them away. Why not?
You know, because they're still so aggressive. They are getting those fouls called on them, and often it is a tactic of a losing team to try to get some more fouls on the opposite, to slow the game down a bit, get the opposite team off on their footing. But, you know, sometimes free throws just keep going in, and their tactic doesn't work as well. Sacred Heart has been strong in the free throw department, so it's really not slowing them down one bit.
Haynes with her second one. Misses that one, so she's been 1 for 2 on a couple, 2 or 3 occasions and can't get Hannah Kimmel back into the game. Eisler out to Smith. Smith takes a spin, puts one up, and a gorgeous layup there from Sydney Smith. It's a 7-point lead for the Sacred Heart Pioneers. Castro can't handle that one, went off her last. And will go out of bounds, so not a good possession as Kimmel now comes back in for the Sacred Heart Pioneers.
She's one of their clutch players who more often than not is trusted with the very last shot of the game if they're close to losing, or even just some of the last shots to secure a win.
Eisler setting up at the top. Looking for a screen from Smith. Smith will roll off looking for the ball. Eisler will drive. Dishes out to Taylor. Taylor with the key shot. And that's her closest deficit, or the smallest lead for the Sacred Heart Pioneers so far today. A 5-point lead for the Pioneers. Kimmel gets it on the far side. She'll get double teamed. That's what UVM has to do pretty much from here on out as we go past the 2:30 mark here in the second half. Kimmel looking for the drive. Dishes out to Castro. 10 seconds left in the shot clock. Looking for Kimmel on the far side. Gets Eisler chasing, and Eisler coming back. Will get the hand of Kimmel. Almost got that block, but Kimmel will go to the line to shoot two. This is where Sacred Heart has been keeping things going, but sending the right people to the line. Haynes has been 1 for 2 and a 3 straight. Let's see if Hannah Kimmel can get 2 here for the Pioneers as things come to a hush. This is the first one. Maybe been a little bit cold with that 4th foul sent on the bench here in the second half. And she paid her membership dues on the second one, so that'll go in. 1 for 2 for Hannah Kimmel from that line. It's a 6-point lead for the Pioneers up at the 2-minute mark. Butler driving on Castro. Castro throws her hands up. And it'll be on her, 45. With the push, so she'll send Butler to the line to shoot 2 as it was on the shot. Schumpert will come back into the game for Cloutier, a better shooter than Cloutier. We'll get 2 for Kylie Butler. And she hits it. Butler, 68% free throw shooter, but so far today has been money. She is now 8 of 9 from this charity stripe, and now 9 of 10 from the charity stripe, so 90% and getting to the stripe a lot. And it's a 4-point lead for Sacred Heart, their smallest lead by far of the day. Kimmel going to the inside. Etienne gets it. Back out to Shepard. Trying to kill clock now are the Pioneers. Down to 15 seconds on the shot clock. Shepard directing traffic. Out to Castro. Trying to get it to Kimmel. Butler guarding her tightly. Kimmel with Shumpert on her, over to Castro, 4 seconds left. ATN on the inside, puts it up. Taylor with some good defense there with the partial block. Catamounts can come within 2 or 1 here on this possession. Sydney Smith thought about the 3. She'll take the shot off the back iron. Good defense there by Hannah Kimmel. And a foul there by Taylor will send Kimmel to the line with 26 points. So a chance to tie her career high at the foul line here. And this is basically what we're going to have for the rest of the timeout with 1:24 on the clock and UVM clinging to stay into this game.
They really are clinging, and especially, you know, you see shots like that, they got to be making things like that.
And Hannah Kimmel gets one in there. She's at 27 points for the game. She'll get a second one. 69-64. And a swoosh on that one. Looks like she's regained her form, the 93% free throw shooter. She's at 28 points. She's giving her team a 6-point lead. And UVM throws another one away, so another wasted possession. Head coach Lori Gear McBride in her 5th season wants to take a timeout. 1:14 and a 6-point lead for the Pioneers. As you see the drive by Butler go to the wayside on a bad possession. So if you're Jessica Minetti in your huddle, how are you handling this situation up by 6 knowing that you're going to get fouled? Is it basically get the ball to our 93% free throw shooter?
You know, they don't really need to score right now. In basketball, it's true, you never know what could happen. 6 points really isn't that large of a lead, but with a minute 14 left, just chill with the ball, waste a little bit of time, but be safe with it. You do not want to get sloppy with only a minute left and only a 6-point lead.
Yeah, it's a very slim margin as well, as you mentioned. 1:14 on the clock, Julia. We're getting to it.
But I would like to see Hannah Kimmel get one more point.
And Adacia Williams is going to be the one who gets fouled here. So going to the line to shoot 2 will be Adacia Williams. 83% free throw shooter, so pick your poison. If you want to put Kimmel or Williams at the line, you're going to put a very good free throw shooter at the charity stripe. 70-64 as the hush falls. And it's good, no doubt about it for Adacia Williams. Pushing that lead back up. Her 7th point of the game. 2 players in double figures for the Pioneers as she makes 2. She's got 8 on the game. Eisler letting it roll as far as she possibly can. Eisler really playing out the rest of the second half since coming in. And now Castro gets a steal and she'll get fouled. She'll go to the line. So Eisler too careless with the ball and she'll send Castro to the line. And so Kelsey Castro, the junior guard from Fair Lawn, New Jersey.
Vermont definitely trying to get those fouls so that they can get the ball back, but Sacred Heart is just making every single free throw, and so they're like, hey, we'll take it. You want to give us a spot at the free throw?
And she misses that one, but it's a 9-point lead for the Pioneers. Shumpert brings it down court. Kimmel on her. And we're going to get a timeout as Shumpert rolls in and out, but Gear McBride wanting to talk things over with her Catamounts. So what do you think we might see coming out of this break here from the Catamounts? You got to think they're going to run a play with just under a minute left here in the second half. You got to think it's going to be from the 3-point line.
Oh, definitely. And their best shooter from there this game has been Sydney Smith, number 3. She's hit 3 out of 7 3-pointers, which is a fairly good percentage for 3-pointers. And they're going to be looking at her to get the ball. They need a few 3-pointers in order to close that gap. If you're just looking for the 2 points, it's not going to be quick enough.
Well, we got Kylie Atwood sitting on the bench at 42% on the year from 3-point range. Are you surprised that she's not on the court, knowing that they got to make some quick 3-pointers to stay in this?
You know, some people just have better games than others, and this game is Sydney Smith's game.
Eisler is the one who put up that shot. Taylor, though, beast mode in the middle, grab the rebound. She'll draw the foul. She'll go to the line for a 1-and-1. And that was 1 against 4, grabbing a rebound down underneath.
Getting scrappy.
For Nikki Taylor from York, Maine. average. She has 5 blocks on the season, so definitely does the grunt work on the inside. ATN grabs a rebound off the missed free throw, though. Nikki Taylor cannot put one in to keep this game going. It's come all the way down. ATN will go to the line. Lorraine ATN from Kensington, Maryland. A 62.5% free throw shooter. So a decent free throw shooter. Just need one, though, to push this to a 10-point lead to really make this out of hand. Can't get the first one off the back iron. 50 seconds left on the clock for the Pioneers. Another opportunity with second one. Off the front iron, rebound by Burchell. As they're bringing it down, 45 on the clock. Burchell thinks about the three. She'll take a deep three. Nowhere near the basket. Taylor, though, with the rebound, puts one up. Went off of ATN. No, went off of Taylor. Nikki Taylor can't get a break on the inside. ATN with some great defense, keeping her hands up and her feet planted.
Vermont's losing their mind a little bit, though. They're getting sloppy. They're getting scared. And
Shepard sees ATN on a fast break all the way down. Shepard went down and right in front of us. She seems to be all right, but she gets the assist on it. ATN gets her 12th point. And underneath 30 seconds, that should just about do it for the Pioneers. Butler puts one up. Called bank, didn't go in. Kimmel gets it. She's tied a career high. And she's going to go to the line to possibly break it. And Julia's freaking out a little bit right next to me that she might break this.
I'm getting a little excited. We are watching history happen.
As you see the breakaway layup for ATN. Real good heads-up play there by Katie Shepard to find her and really take the contact and sell out her body to get the ball in underneath to ATN to really ice this game away. So Kimmel looking for the 29th point. Can't get it on that one. So Julia looking a little pensive next to me that she missed it. She gets another opportunity to set a new career high. And she does so easily. 29 points for Hannah Kimmel. And another great game out of the redshirt sophomore. Taylor will bring it down court. Minetti saying no foul, no foul. She'll bring it all the way in. Easy layup. Sacred Heart will take that. That'll make it a 10-point game. And Shepard will dribble it out. And that'll do it here from the William H. Pitt Center on the Coach Pike court as the Sacred Heart Pioneers move to 4-1 on the year. And the University of Vermont Catamounts fall to 0-7. 10-point win for the Sacred Heart Pioneers. And, well, Julia, just a real dominating performance. UVM hung around as best they could, but it was obvious the best team out there were the Sacred Heart Pioneers.
I really can't argue with you on that. And best player out there, Hannah Kimmel. Again, she's just killing it every single game. You know she's going out there. She's putting her entire heart into the game. She wants to get all of it out, and once again, got another career high, 29 points. That's insane.
Hannah Kimmel with 29 points. And Sacred Heart University Pioneers with another big win. A couple of other big players out there. Adacia Williams, as we see a replay of Williams, one of her layups of the night. Adacia Williams, another big player. Katie Shepard running that offense the entire game. Really good showing on a team effort from Sacred Heart.
I think what really showed up tonight, though, were we were worried a bit about the Catamounts, their tall. We really proved you got Shep, you got Williams, and they're just tiny people who pack a lot of punch.
And it looks like Chris Rogers, the third member of our broadcast crew, has Hannah Kimmel with her. Chris, take it away.
Hannah, you scored 29 of your team's 76 points tonight. What were the keys to success?
The keys were to move the ball around and just get the best possible shot that we can get.
Now looking ahead to conference play, Coach, what do you think this team's chances are to bring home a conference championship?
We're pretty hungry for it. I'll tell you what, I have seniors that had that experience before, so they talk about it every day in the locker room, and Hannah was part of that era as well. We have as good a shot as anybody, and we're really looking forward to it.
Good luck next season, and back to you guys.
Thanks, Chris. Jessica Minetti also in on that interview. You got to think they have a real good shot to really compete in the NEC this year. as they looked real dominant now. And with a very veteran team, how does that play out for the rest of the year going into conference play, as Chris just mentioned?
Well, as Coach Jess just mentioned, you know, you have a few veterans that, even though Kimmel is technically a redshirt sophomore, she came in with Shepard and she came in with star Gabby Washington, who are all just really the glue of this incredible team that we saw play tonight. Gabby especially was part of that team that went all the way to the NCAA championships 3 years ago. So we could see a lot from this team in the next coming season.
Now, on the other side, UVM falls to 0-7. Coach Lori Gary McBride has never had a winning season. You know, how do you kind of rebound knowing you're 0-7, but you got to look for that next win, and especially going into a tough America East Conference?
You know what the toughest part is? It's not like they have a team that has a ton to work on. They have solid zone defense. They score really well from the outside. What they really need to do is figure out the kinks and maybe just work on a little bit of better team chemistry.
Now we'll wrap this up with, what did you see out there? What was your, what was the keys to Sacred Heart's success in winning this game and winning so convincingly?
Winning so convincingly, honestly, I think behind it was a lot of Hannah Kimmel and Katie Shepard. Katie Shepard's kind of the glue that holds the team together. She gets those assists, she sees those plays, and she makes things happen. Hannah Kimmel, like we talked about, complete team player, even though she does put up 29 points in this game. A couple games ago, 28 points. She's someone who you can look to not only make things happen, but to make sure the teammates are getting some time as well.
Quickly, do you think she's going to set more career highs throughout this year?
Oh, easily. That's happening.
All right, that'll do it for us on NEC Front Row. I'm Chuck Scott for Julia Kennedy and our sideline reporter Chris Rogers and the entire production crew. We'll see you next time on NEC Front Row.